Oh, sorry about that. I just got yelled at before I even started recording. Well, that was lucky timing, so I don't have to worry about it now. Women and welcome. My name is Yuusha Anime, and welcome back to the letter. Now, last time we actually got a bit more insight into what's his name? Why do I forget people's names so easily? Ay, that's right, Zachary. Because last part we actually sort of met a little girl. She seemed very nice until she pulled an absolute demonic face on us. So I have no idea how this is going to go, but I'm still a bit worried about how it can turn out. So guys, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's a shock. At this hour, the streets are once again busy with people heading home after a hard day's work. Little of the bustle matters to them as they step out the crowded walkway. However, Ash especially. There's only his goal in his mind, and I'd wager there's nothing I can do to stop him at this point. He's probably decided on it long before they made the decision to drop by. Yeah, he wouldn't do it without any reason whatsoever. But despite this, Isabella lags behind. A worried crease is back on her forehead as she watches Ash leave to get his car.
Something wrong, Bella?
Yeah, what's up?
No, actually, can you check on Becca for me after this?
Oh.
I really didn't get the chance to tell her where I'm headed off to.
Oh.
Tell her I'm okay and we're... No, just that. That's all.
Okay.
You sure I should skip on that part? If she finds out about this, she'll be angry.
Yeah.
I don't really want to deal with angry Rebecca. It gives me a stomachache just thinking about it.
Neither do I, but I'll handle it if she gets mad. Just make sure she's safe and tell her to be careful.
Right.
You too. Take care of yourself.
Almost abruptly, she pauses, the gaze in her eyes hardening as she lapses into another one of those long-distance silences from earlier. This ain't just because of the whole fiasco with the letter anymore.
I don't want what happened to Rose to happen to you guys as well.
Right. This one cut deeper. Before I can ask about it, Ashton returns, casually swinging his car keys on one hand and gestures at Isabella.
Come on, we don't have much time. Shirley's waiting.
Shirley?
Who's sure? Oh, right. Don't answer that. I don't want to hear it, you huge dork.
Says the person who gave her stuffed toys names. Batcat? Really?
Damn
It's
it.
cute. Yours is just weird.
Huh?
I'll see you later, Zach.
She spares me another smile as I watch her walk off. Only now did it occur to me that none of those she gave today ever did reach her eyes. I make a grab for the back of Ash's parka. He staggers briefly before correcting himself and shooting me a confused
Is
stare.
she alright?
What? Who's okay?
Isabella. She's been, I don't know, out of it today?
Yeah.
Did something happen earlier?
The scowl on his face says it all.
She's actually been like that this morning. I'll ask, but...
Just do me a favor and watch over her. We have no idea what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to her since the last time I saw her. But from how she's been doing today, whatever it is, it seems like a pretty big deal.
Yes, indeed.
Wait, you didn't annoy her again, did you? Because I swear to God, if you did, you've got another thing coming for you.
Damn.
What? No. Why would I? Just so you know, I already apologized for the one at the movie house.
Oh.
Granted, she deserved more of an apology, but I meant it that time.
I'm just asking. I'll take your word for it. But if you can find out what's bothering her, that'd be nice. Honestly, I don't think it's the letter this time.
Yeah, it's
I'll see what I can
something
do.
Make sure you keep yourself out of harm's way, alright?
Please.
Yeah, you too. Don't do anything reckless again.
Reckless, no. But I can't make you to promise I won't do anything.
Yeah.
After seeing that, there's no way in hell I'm going to pretend there ain't a problem when there is.
We already know there's a problem, so there's no point sugarcoating it.
This is a really big one. And I'll be damned if I let anything happen to you guys while I sit here.
Yeah.
I'm done running when things get tough.
He's about to argue for a moment, but...
Look, bro, if things ain't good, I'll be the first one out. But allow me this one thing, aight? Just this one time. If it doesn't work out, you'll be the first one to know. You can laugh then, or berate me all you want. But please don't ask me to step aside like I'm incapable of doing anything to help.
Right. I have no idea if it is the look of my face or the tone of my voice. Ultimately, although his mouth presses into a thin line, he nods.
Alright, stay safe, Zach.
Okay. That was good. I believe that was good anyway. Upon returning to his apartment, Zachary was greeted by Ashton and Isabella, now suspicious of what was happening. Ashton informs Zach that he and Isabella will try to get to the bottom of this. He also warns Zach to be careful. So we're nearly at the time of when Missy gets murdered harder. When he stumbles into the sidewalk and allows the afternoon crowd to swallow him whole, I like to think the tiny gleam in his eyes is the closest we can get to optimism in this situation. Whether that alone will be enough to give me a peaceful sleep tonight remains to be said. It's now the next day as well. So this is the furthest we've been in the timeline so far. Ooh. Night falls, and despite my best attempts, sleep continues to elude me. With her image still stuck in my head, flashing every few moments, it catches me off guard, with Mars' lullaby still echoing in my ears. No longer the soft tune it once was. And a terrible gnawing at the pit of my stomach. It's no wonder I can't bring myself to drift off even for a little while. It's not as if there's a complete lack of things to do while waiting for sleep to come, if it ever will. And at 2:45 in the morning, I find myself cleaning the photography equipment for no other reason than just to pass time. Oh, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. Oh no. Though if I am going to be honest, it's not the night terrors that are keeping me wide awake tonight, but the anxiety and the hope I'll hear from Ash or Isabella soon. And for what's perhaps the 42nd time, my eyes shift over to the end of the table where my phone lies still. I've not heard from them since they left. They haven't promised a call, of course, but a small part of me wishes they would have the common sense at the very least. Waiting is a tough game, and with the concern stretching out the minutes far longer than usual, it's impossible for more unpleasant thoughts not to enter my mind. Moreover, it does not help that when the clock finally strikes 3... Oh, hell no. My hand stills. Yeah, I knew something would happen, but... witching hour! Ooh. It would be a complete and utter lie to say my heart didn't leap straight to my throat in that brief second. My whole body has gone motionless, ears straining for any further sounds. A couple of tense seconds pass. Nothing. Of course, with how old the building I'm staying in, power fluctuations ain't anything new. Every now and then this would happen, leaving a few tenants in a rather bad mood. Just don't look to your right, Zach, please. Nothing unusual anymore after a few years of living here. This time, the sudden hush brings with it a stillness that raised the hairs at the back of my neck and sent my heart beating harder against my chest. Something reeks in the air, and in an instant, the place is no longer home. It's a prison. Every rational fibre of my being screams at me to leave. I force myself to swallow and keep a clear head as I lay down all my cleaning tools and begin gathering together for the rest of my things scattered about on the table. The camera's body, lens, filters, dust diffuser, phone, anything my hands could reach, but in the resulting panic what? Like in the nightmares, this is the scent that... Oh no. The humming. The humming. It's the scent that reaches me first, a foul putrid smell filling my lungs with the heavy stink of death. My fingers clamp tightly to the camera, holding it closer to my body as if the tiny thing would provide enough protection or whatever is with me in the room. It won't, but it's the only comfort I have. And knowing that whoever she is, she had once been human. Perhaps not all of it is gone. Perhaps some of it is still there.
Hello? I know you're in here. What do you want?
Something moves behind me. Oh god, did I make a bad choice? A soft scuttling over the walls, followed by the squelch and painful creaking of what can only be rotten flesh and broken bones. Without hesitation, I whirl around, my fingers and camera ready, patiently waiting for another movement.
I can help you. Whatever it is that keeps you here, I can help. That's what the letter's for, ain't it? You don't have to keep taking people's lives.
Oh, are we safe? There's a brief moment of silence after, and a short while, I think my police worked. That's the sobbing from Hannah's basement. And with no warning, the shuffling resumes, and along with it, other sobs of a woman. It's nice to look around. Oh God. Where are you? Ooh, hi. The light flashes fleetingly one last time, allowing me to glimpse of her grotesque, misshapen features before it was once again lost in the darkness. All of a sudden, her tune changes. No longer a soft cry, but a high-pitched shriek, brimming with pain, grief, and anger. I didn't expect any game to come up then. Every ounce of courage I've mustered flees from my body at the sound, and the next thing I know, my hand's gripping a knob and I'm wrenching the door open. Her wails follow me as I flee into the night. I thought I was actually going to lose that. I didn't realise that taking a picture would make me lose 5% of my bloody battery. Jesus. It makes sense why it's depleting so fast though, because they say if a spirit's nearby and that lot they affect EMP fields, or EMF fields, sorry, and because that it actually drains batteries pretty quickly. That's from what I've heard from paranormal stuff anyway. Pacing has always been more of Ashton's thing than mine. When I want to think, I sit and let the minutes tick by until an idea comes to mind or my pulse settles down. And yet, dry leaves and twigs crack under my shoes as I make another pass at them. Terror is too mild to describe what this is. There's no way in hell I'm going back. Whatever she is, pleading won't work. The moment we saw that letter, she's been after us.
But I can't run. Not this time.
Nearly 2 hours have gone by since I left the comfort of my room for the solitude of the park. 2 excruciating hours since I've started making calls. No one's answering. Not even Rebecca, who has always kept her phone line open in case other people need her. Or Isabella, who frequently checks hers for any messages and readily responds as soon as she can afford. So everyone else at this moment is actually in danger then, if that's the case. It doesn't help that Ash hasn't said a word where he went off to as well.
Damn it! I knew I should have asked him before I let him leave.
Oh, that's right. That's okay. Thank you. Yeah, I'll open them after. Okay. Yeah, the window's open, don't worry. Knowing him, he could be anywhere. But there's really only one place he'll likely be at this time. The Ermengarde mansion. The sun has already peeked over the horizon when I make it to the mansion. I have no idea what I'm expecting to see when I got here. There's Ashton, first and foremost. Part of me wishes my assumptions are correct and he's already somewhere close by on a stakeout. I've never been the lucky sort when it comes to that kind of guessing. And even after I made a round of the immediate vicinity, I could find neither hide nor hair of him. Calling him does no good either, considering how awful the signal here is. He can't be too far if he's really here, but if he is, he would have already noticed me by now. Instead, there is only silence. The kind too quiet to find any sort of comfort in. Even the trees seem to have fallen asleep for the rest of their mansion, oblivious to what's happening around it. A small island of stillness in the otherwise fast-paced world. No wonder the whole Anselm feels at odds with the rest of Luxbourne. While the city is alive, growing every minute, breathing every second, and pulsating with life, the village remains unmoving, unchanged. It's not surprising the legend still lives up to this day, and why she's still here, walking its hallowed walls. And beyond me, the mansion looms ominously. But now ain't the time for fear. Even if Ash is not here, I've still got to let the Wrights know what I've seen. What's in their home. And bear in mind, Hannah's dead at this point. And whatever grievance Ash has with them doesn't matter. It might be grounds for imprisonment, They don't deserve a brutal death at the hands of one malicious spirit. And I'm sure Isabella would want the same thing. Wow. I head straight for the door without a second thought. It takes a few rings, sound loud above the foreboding stillness before I hear footsteps on the other side.
Bennett, only a Nazi would knock at such an ungodly hour. There's that damn butler when I need him.
Oh. Hello, Luke. Before long, the door swings widely open with Mr. Luke Wright standing behind it. Seething would be a complete understatement to describing. Like this, I've got no doubt why Ashton will find him a suspect.
You? How the hell did you get in here? What in 7 hells do you want? It's bloody 6 in the morning!
Listen, sir, I know this is not a good time.
Oh, it's not a good time. Did you even check the clock before coming here? I bet you didn't. Unlike you, the ones living in this house need to sleep.
Well,
Come back when people are actually awake, or I'll call security on you.
Okay then. We didn't do well there. Before I can get a word in, he slams the door to my face and bolts it shut with much finality.
Wait, sir, you gotta hear me out. You're both in danger if you stay in there. Have you seen the news lately? Everything's not a coincidence.
Only silence answers me. Maybe if it was Mrs. Wright. Oh, who am I kidding? There are limits to how far a person will believe in you. Then again, I didn't believe Isabella when she warned us. And now I'm here, desperately trying to save people, even if I'm aware it's completely out of my own capacity to do so. Is this what they call karma? If so, this is one horrible way of turning things around. Taking people's lives, playing with people's fears, making them feel useless.
You're around, ain't you? You here? Inside this house? Listening, watching, or whatever it is that you spirits do? What did they do to you? I can help you, you know? If it'll let you move on, I'll gladly do so. You don't have to kill anyone.
Oh, nothing. I don't even know who I'm talking to, or if a sane person is supposed to be doing that. The only thing I got after feeling of foolishness washing over me. Or perhaps this is just me losing my mind. Out of other options and any other ideas, I let my hand slide off the door's surface and fall listlessly to my sides. I can go back to Luxpawn. Try to find the others. Just try and get out of this mess with them. Or let them know how much in deep shit we all are. Both sounds good. Either way, my loitering here ain't helping at all. I let the quietness calm me for a few more minutes before standing up and heading out to fetch my bike. It's quite a distance to Luxpawn, but if I hurry, I'll reach it in maybe... Hello? The rustling stops as soon as I turn around and strain my ears for any movement around me.
Yo, Ash, you there?
No answer. If he is here, and I've just missed him earlier. Already my feet are moving in search for him for the second time. It won't hurt to double check. Triple check even. With how big the property is, he could be anywhere. If things ain't so urgent, if they ain't so just dire that lives are at stake, I'd probably have just waited for him to show up again.
But damn it! He needs to realize what exactly it is he's dealing with.
But it is not just a petty criminal he can simply throw in jail. That is something beyond the authority his police badge could ever give him. The guy needs to stop playing the big damn hero, sit down and chill. My breathing comes in short, shallow rasps by the time I make it back to where I started. Still no sign of him, and I'm beginning to think I'm just wasting my time here. Oh no. That is when I hear it. I'd recognise the melody in a heartbeat. Mar's favourite song. I listen for a while, trying to gouge where exactly from the house it's coming from. No. Don't do this, Zach. My feet starts to move before I can stop them. And there, as I circle a corner from the room up on the second floor, there are no lights inside the and the windows are shut. I'm sure whoever's singing is in there. And what?
Hold on a sec there.
It's difficult to get a decent view from my position, but something's odd about that window. The marks on the other side rather streaks the colour of copper running across the wide glass pane. That's why Hannah's dead. That's why Hannah was killed. Oh. Oh. I can't make out most of it if the strokes are meant to say anything. Miss Wright's cleaning crew may have simply missed that room. Still, why? I'll hear an old tune here of all places I won't know. It's not an obscure song by all means, but it's pretty rare to find someone who knows this. And for some reason, Death seems to follow this song around. Panic. No. Please no. Just don't. Panic launches itself at the base of my throat at once. Whoever's humming might be. I don't want to be pessimist. Don't want to be the pessimist now, but on the off chance that it is Miss Wright?
Shit.
I shouldn't just barge in there. I could put myself in danger before I can save anyone. Ash will tell me so in the exact same words. Might even write me a dissertation why that is a bad idea if he ain't so lazy. If that is Miss Wright, that's... Oh dear. Damn it, damn it, damn it. God damn it. No. I don't want to go in there. I don't want to go in there. It's going to be a bad choice. I want to ignore it. But she's already dead. We already know she's dead. And if that's the case and she's walking alive now, we're dead meat. So we're not going to go in there. Because we can get killed by someone else. So we're going to keep looking for Ash. Jesus. In the end, the rational part of my brain wins out. The half that has spent too much time around Ash. It's right though. The reasonable part. If I do force my way in and find something unpleasant, how am I going to fight back? With my camera? Exactly. No matter where you look at it, that's simply asking for a painful death.
I have a better chance if I find Ash. What is he snooping about?
Perhaps I should try the forest? Make a round further into the gardens? Not a sound plan, but it's better than nothing. The woman's soft sobs has subsided now by some means. Almost inaudible to the point where I'm wondering if I truly heard what I heard. I didn't get to dwell much on it though, because right in that moment my phone rings. Who's ringing? Is it Rebecca? The sharp notes cutting, piercing through the thick quartet. Oh, it's Ash. I climb a hand over it, pressing the button before the speakers are close to my ear.
Are you?
Oh, hell no. I only caught the tail end of the person's greeting on the other side, but I know the voice well.
What was that, Ash? Could you repeat that? Signal's shitty here.
I asked, where are you? Hell, Zach, I've been calling your number for a good 20 minutes now.
Uh-oh.
What kind of shithole did you get into?
Good morning to you, too. I should be asking you that question. I've been looking all over the mansion for you. I thought you'd be...
What mansion?
Do I really need to answer that?
Why are you even... No. No, wait. Just get your ass here at Isabella's place, and hurry.
Oh, okay. Isabella's. I shift my gaze into the mansion, specifically at the window I heard cries from. There is nothing of it now, not even echoes.
How urgent is this?
Pressing enough for you to stop asking questions and get yourself here.
Okay, so that's
Please,
important.
Zach.
That gives me a pause. It's a rare thing for him to take on that tone.
I'll be there in a few. An hour or two, tops.
Thanks. I'll see you.
I rush back to my bike as soon as the call ends. Oh, it terrified Zachary went looking for Ashton in the Ermengarde mansion, but to no avail. He also tried to warn Luke Wright about the spirits supposedly living in the house, but was simply turned away. As he was about to give up, he received an urgent call from Ashton, ordering him to head straight for the Salem Well residence. I think it was, if I did knock at that point, and Hannah was still alive, she would have answered, not Luke. So that could have been interesting. If she wasn't dead, of course. Without another look, I laid the mansion along with its haunting melodies and grim echoes behind. There are more important things than my own curiosity and impulses. Dots. More dots. Oh, we're Marian now! Yes, we changed character! Thank God for that! We're now someone new, guys! Let's see how our... Oh, Marian, here we go. 5'11", she's quite tall. She's taller than me. Or maybe as tall as me. No, she's definitely taller than me. I'm 175. Occupation interior designer, nationality. She's Irish. Oh, she's Roman Catholic as well. Bachelor of Architecture. Okay. So, yeah, we are now Marian. Okay, 7:15 PM. The numbers are so little on the top of my screen, and they glare at me with such intensity that I can just hear their accusations. I'm late for a night out with the girls, yes, but I have a perfectly good excuse. Jeez. Considering I didn't... Is that an idol poster she has there? That is, isn't it? They really can't expect me to be able to just go as I please at 5:30 on the dot. The client is, first and foremost, my priority. I have to sit tight when my personal assistant, Chris, tells me we have a big one coming up and that I shouldn't miss this one. He knows a lot more on the who's who and the what's what when it comes to these socialities, and I trust that judgment call. I already don't have the time for rich people, their drama and their politics. These sort who are born with silver spoons in their mouths and who were used to wagging their silver tongues about. I let them handle the negotiating with them for the most part. Why else would I have hired him? But he told me I'd receive a message about an hour ago.
Now, if only he has the full shilling when it comes to the time.
Come on, I have a social life too, you know, to an extent. Sort of. Pressing my head against the table, I tried to stave off an oncoming headache when a notification for a new email pops up. All I'm expecting is a, hey, this looks like a good project I found. Go send them a design, or something like that, really. That's how often it goes. Even with these rich jammy clients who's heard of me from their equally rich jammy friends, I can't expect them to hire me right off the bat. Which is all well and good and reasonable. We figure out what they want, send them my portfolio, my drafts for their projects, my rates, and hope for the best. Oh, okay, here's the emails. That's Xmail, okay, that's different. From yahoo.com. Okay, this is a big client, Marian. I'll babysit Brutio for you. Just please take this one project. I promise this person is huge in Luxborn. It's email in touch. I'm sorry for the use of the addressee. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Just please take this one project. Right, Mr. Parker, this is a formal request to secure the service of Marian McCullough. Hereinafter calling the designer, as authorized by Hannah Wright, hereinafter called the client for interior design work at Ermengarde Mansion, Luxborn, LX18ORF, United Kingdom. So it is the UK! The client hopes to have the designer there on 21st October, Friday, with the time pending. But as I open the mail and see that I've been requested by the client specifically, well, I certainly didn't expect that. And that's pretty straightforward too. Anyone else would probably be excited. They would be working with the Hannah Wright. She's just one of those rich socialities that everybody loves to talk about, no matter how hard I tried to tune such nonsense out. It would have been enough for me to reply in the affirmative to Chris and leave, but he has never pleaded for me to take a project before. We've worked with big personalities in the past, celebrities, bankers, and even a few politicians. My PA had been indifferent about those. So the question bounced about in my skull before I spy one of the email attachments. Donates 2.5 million to Refugee UK. Interesting. Newspaper clip in front of Luxborn's daily business news section, boasting the headline, Right Enterprise donates 2.5 million to Refugee. Not so sure how I feel about this. It certainly caused quite a stir back then. Apparently they had invited businessmen and socialities everywhere in the guise of it being some big business announcement.
2.5 mil and an expensive looking party to boot. These people sure know how to throw their money around.
You're right about that, Marian. Not I should be so callous. They're going to do a lot of good and help a community of people with all those pounds. I, of all people, shouldn't criticise such acts whether they were for show or not. Yeah, at the very least I know they'll be able to pay my rates. With the headline out of the way, however, I find myself staring at the picture that came along with the clipping. Because, wow, here I am expecting a sour woman in a blazer and skirt. But the woman that was plastered on the front page looked like she belonged to the front of a page, on the front of a page of an entertainment section, or even, if I am to be crass, as a pin-up for glamour. Okay, I'll be real here. A men's magazine. She sure knows how to rock that dress. What about lesbians? Come on. Duds. Wait. Her hair. Right. Her lips. She can't be her. And at the same time, she is her, only several years older. She looks just like... Oh, come on, Mac. The world is full of pretty blondes. It's just a coincidence. Okay, that was interesting. Did she know her in the past? With a shake of my head, I snap out of it and reach out for my phone when it buzzes, nearly falling off my chair in the process. I was to be on the other line, but the very people waiting for me.
Oh, piss. I'm so sorry, Cam. I'm on my way.
That's what I say. Yeah, I still don't move from my chair, face flushed and heart racing. I can only stare until I can will myself to reply that yes, I'm accepting the assignment. And it takes even more time for me to just close the image, and shut down the computer and leave. Even then, it has already burned its image into my head. No matter how much I wish it would just disappear. It makes me eager for the alcohol and the company. It makes me eager for anything that can help me forget. It's a good thing that the nearest pub is just a hop, skip and a jump from here. Oh, that's handy. Alright. I think I'm going to end that part here, because this seems interesting. Now we are finished with Zach for now. We're completely finished with Zach for the meantime, and we are now, interestingly enough, we are now Marian at last. And now we're going to find out a lot more about her. Hold on, this music. Let me listen. That's some good blues. That's nice. Whew, alrighty then. That'll be it for this part, guys. Jesus. I nearly went to go into the house with that last choice. I wanted to take the risk, but I wanted to see how many people I can keep alive. And if you guys want me to actually do some extra bits where I try and get all the other alternatives, I mean, I could try, but at the same time, it would take a lot to get there. So, of course, without that having to be said. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to need more from me. And I shall see you in the next video. So, guys. I'll indeed see you next time. I hit myself way too hard, Jesus. Ow!